Hi, I'm Tyson Franklin, and on today's video, I want to talk about the importance of people following the rules that you have in place for your business, for your organization, for any aspect of your life. If you have a way that things should be done or you want them done and people are not doing it that way, you should tell them. Well, you have two options. You can turn a blind eye and you end up getting what you tolerate, or you can say something. And I feel you should say something. The reason this is top of mind with me at the moment, in my group, the Podiatry Business Owners Club on Facebook, anyone can join that group as long as you're a podiatry student, an academic, an employee, or a business owner. You just need to have an interest in business. I don't let anybody in the group who is not one of those things. There's a couple of people who are in, but they're friends of mine who have got a certain skill set, and I don't mind them being part of the group. But anybody outside of that, if they're a supplier or somebody who's just trying to flog something off to podiatrists, I don't let them in the group. I'm very, very protective of the group. But I have three questions when people go to join the group. First question is, what's the name of your podiatry business? What's your email address and how long have you been in business? And what's your biggest frustration? Now, I don't care if you're not a podiatry business owner. If you're a student who's interested, you're more than welcome. And usually they won't answer those questions because they're not sure how to answer them. Then I'll send them something back and say, oh, I don't mind if you're a student. That's fine. But this was one that I got that I thought was really interesting. And this is why I talk about you need to have your rules in place. And if people are not following your rules or the way that you want things done, is you should say something. You shouldn't tolerate it. Because if you do tolerate it, there will be repercussions. So this person, I'm not going to mention their name, they are a new graduate. And the first question, what's the name of your podiatry business? I don't have one. Fair enough. You don't have to have one to join the Podiatry Business Owners Club. Second question, what is your email address? Their response, I'm not sharing. Wrong answer. That was not the correct answer. And then the third thing, and this is one that I thought was really, really funny, was how long have you been in business and what's your biggest frustration? Said, I'm a graduate looking to learn more. So I wrote back to him and said, here's your first lesson. When somebody asks for your email address, saying I'm not sharing is the incorrect answer. And I didn't let them in the group. I did say, if you want to go back and review those questions, by all means, feel free to do that and I will assess it. But if you don't answer those questions, I'm not letting you into the Podiatry Business Owners Club. I have never heard back from them and I'm fine with that. But it's also, I've had other people go to join the group and I've said email address, they've put their email address there, but then big brackets in bold letters, just not just normal letters, bold letters. So they yelled at me and they said, do not spam me. And I just went, you don't even know me yet. You haven't even been part of the group. You don't know what the group is all about. Yes, I do a newsletter. I haven't done one for a little while, but I do a newsletter. That's about all I do. But to say, don't spam me right up front really annoyed me because I'm thinking, are you the type of person I really want in the group? Are you just in the group because you want to take, you don't really want to participate in some of the conversations that take place? So, but that's just me. You might look at that and go, oh, Tyson, that was a little bit harsh. You shouldn't have not let them in because they said, don't spam me. And maybe it was just whatever mood I happened to be in that day. But I think it's important in your business, in your life, and everything you do, if you have things in place that should be done a certain way, if they're not being done the way that you want them done, or you feel disrespected. And I think that's what it was with the do not spam me. I felt disrespected. You don't even know me yet. And you're already telling, what's funny, they're telling me what to do. In my group, they were telling me what to do. And that annoyed me. You may agree or disagree. You might think, no, Tyson, you should have just let them in and should have just taken it. I don't think it's the case. And back to that person that didn't give me the email address, if I had let them in the group and just said, you know what, I will let you in the group. And I know some employers do this with new graduates. They'll start, they're not following the rules, but they're so scared that they're going to leave, they let them get away with things. And then that it gets worse over time. Things don't get better if rules are not being followed. So this particular person that I did not let in the group and send them a message saying, well, here's lesson number one. They might think, one, I'm a complete tosser, which is fine. That would be the first person to have said that. But what I think I really wanted to stand my ground on this. I'm thinking, if you don't want to give me your email address, that's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to be part of the Podiatry Business Owners Club. But if I'd let them in and said, oh, that's fine, you don't need to give me your email address, then what else would they start doing in the group? If I said, oh, by the way, don't be disparaging, don't put people down, don't be rude, are they going to listen to me later on if I let them get away with that? And that's how I feel it. You've got your rules in place. If people aren't following those rules, you've got to stand your ground. And long term, you'll end up with either a business, like I end up with the Podiatry Business Owners Club. The group is full of really, really good podiatrists, I think. And you'll have the same thing in your business. If you stand your ground with your business, make sure people are following your rules, and everyone is very clear on what should and should not be done, I think you'll end up with a very strong business as well. I hope you get something from that. If you agree, please, I'd love to hear from you. You can send me an email, tf@tysonfranklin.com, or you can comment below underneath this video if you're watching it on YouTube, or if you happen to be watching it on Facebook. Okay, that's it from me. I'll have another video for you next week. Okay, bye.